Hi. First of all, thank you so much, Mark. That was amazing, and I'm kind of blissed out now. So I've not only forgotten myself, I've forgotten the words to what I'm going to be singing. My name is Andi. I am a singer from New York. I trained classically, so that means a lot of opera, some musical theater, and a lot of cabaret. And the interesting thing about training for opera or musical theater is different from being a singer-songwriter in that you are always performing somebody else's work. So I think there's this amazing moment that a singer has when she finally finds that person, that composer, the music that resonates deep inside. It feels amazing when you discover it. It's like putting on a glove that fits perfectly. It's like coming home. And that composer for me is Kurt Weill. He's probably been the most important part of my musical education. So I'd like to sing some of his music for you guys tonight. He had a really interesting history. And I have some recorded accompaniment recorded by a collaborator that I work with a lot in New York. Her name is Maria DeSena, and if I could clone her and take her to Taipei, I would. But since I can't, we're going to have to settle for some recorded music. So the first one that I'll be singing is called I'm a Stranger Here Myself. Tell me, is love still a popular suggestion or merely an obsolete art? Forgive me for asking this simple question. I'm unfamiliar with his heart. I'm a stranger here myself. Why is it wrong to murmur I adore him when it's shamefully obvious I do? Does love embarrass him or does it bore him? I'm only waiting for my cue. I'm a stranger here myself. I dream of a day, of a gay warm day, with my face between his hands. Have I missed the path? Have I gone astray? I ask and no one understands. Love me or leave me, that seems to be the question. I don't know the tactics to use. But if he should offer a personal suggestion, how could I possibly refuse when I'm a stranger here myself? Please tell a stranger, my curiosity goaded. Is there really any danger that love is now outmoded? I'm interested especially in knowing why you waste it. True romance is so fleshly, but what have you replaced it? What is your latest foible? Is gin rummy more exquisite? Is skiing more enjoyable? For heaven's sake, what is it? I can't believe that love has lost its glamour, that passion is really passé. If gender is just a term in grammar, how can I ever find my way when I'm a stranger here myself? How can he ignore my available condition? Why these Victorian views? You see here before you a woman with a mission. I must discover the key to his ignition, and then if he should make a diplomatic proposition, how could I possibly refuse when I'm a stranger here myself? Sorry, technology and I have some issues. Thanks, guys. So let me tell you a little bit about Kurt Weill, because I love him, and I want you all to love him too. He was born in 1900 in Dessau, Germany. He was the son of a cantor, and he too trained classically, and quickly realized that the constraints of classical composition were not enough. He wanted to explore classical music and popular idioms. So he found himself in Berlin in the 1920s, which was a very exciting place to be, really wonderfully vibrant artistically. And he collaborated with people like Bertolt Brecht. There was a lot of social injustice going on at the time, and so their music really drew from the German cabaret tradition and addressed the pain that was going on in that society. But some of it was a little bit more lighthearted, and it was sort of nostalgic for a time that was slipping away in the decadence of Weimar Germany. So this next piece is from a collaboration between the two of them, Bertolt Brecht and Kurt Weill, from a stage work called Happy End. This song is Bilbao song, and it is about that dive bar that you go to with your friends. And it's trashy. I mean, the seats are covered in alcohol, the grass is growing through the floor, the roof has holes in it, but it's the most beautiful place you've ever seen. And the last thing you want is, of course, what inevitably happens, gentrification. Bilbao song. happily writing subversive music in Germany in the 1920s. And he was the son of a cantor. And his music was heavily influenced by jazz and American music. And I'm sure you can imagine what the Nazis thought of that. They weren't fans. They staged riots. It was pre-Nazi Germany. He was very lucky. He and his wife escaped. They fled to Paris. And while he was there, he continued his collaboration with Bertolt Brecht. And in the same way that he completely captured the spirit of Berlin, somehow, during his few years in Paris, he did the same thing. He shifted from this satirical, slightly edgy music into something lush and beautiful and seductive. So the next song that I'll be singing is in French. It's called Je ne t'aime pas, which means I don't love you. But I'm not exactly sure that that message gets across. wild story continues. This is the last part, I promise. He left Paris and finally settled in New York. And there he remained for the last 15 years of his life. Unfortunately, he died in 1950. But what he left behind was just amazing. When he was in New York, somehow he perfectly managed to capture the musical theater idiom, because that's what Kurt Weill did. He also collaborated with some amazing people that were active at the time, among them Ogden Nash, Ira Gershwin, and Langston Hughes. With Langston Hughes, he wrote what is considered one of the few American operas. It's called Street Scene, and it's about a street in New York. And this last song that I'll be singing is called Lonely House. And he really captures that very New York feeling of complete and total solitude in an unbelievable crowd of people. Sometimes I hear a neighbor snoring. Sometimes I hear a baby cry. Sometimes I hear a staircase creaking. Sometimes a distant telephone.